Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Arsenal, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Arsenal's next four fixtures. So there will be four fixtures before the next international break, and very important fixtures for us. We've not won any of our first three games. We need some wins from somewhere. We need some goals from somewhere. The transfer window is over. Some said Tenedu didn't do a good job. They say let's just wait for the squad to be fully fit and everything. Gabriel is now back. Ben White is now back. Pepe is now back. Most of our players are back. No more excuses. We need to start getting some victories on the board and some points on the board and some goals on the board. So no more excuses. The next four fixtures, I'm going to go through them, and let me know in the comment section how many points you think we'll collect. I put up a poll in the community tab. You can head there as well and vote. I asked, out of the next four fixtures, how many points do you think we'll get? Is it 0 to 3 points? Is it 4 to 6 points? Is it 7 to 9 points? Or is it 10 to 12 points? So is it one win and one draw? Is it two wins and one draw? Is it two defeats and two wins? Up to you. Let me know which ones you think would win, and let me know which ones you think would lose, and which ones probably will end in a draw. So very, you'd say easy fixtures, and some other seasons you'd say easy fixtures, but hey, we are currently bottom, so there's no easy fixtures. So how does our schedule look like? The first game after the international break, exactly 1 week from now, will be Arsenal against Norwich City. Arsenal against Norwich City. Now, for us, we started the season very badly, and so did Norwich. In fact, we can take a look at how they've done so far this season. Let's take a look at how good or how badly they've done so far this season. So that's Norwich. Just like us, they've lost all three of their games so far, and they've had some really tough games as well. I mean, they had to play Liverpool, City, and Leicester. That's a hard way to be welcome back to the Premier League. So they lost 3-0 to Liverpool. Should have had a goal in that game. I watched that game. 5-0 against City, did not have a chance. Of course, you also lost 5-0 against City the following week. And they actually had a decent game against Leicester City, but ended up losing 2-1. So you'd say Liverpool and City will beat majority of teams this season, and you'd say Leicester will probably be in and around the top six. So a very tough schedule for Norwich. And looking at Norwich upcoming fixtures after Arsenal, they have Watford, Everton, and Burnley. So don't even be surprised if they're looking at Arsenal and Watford games as must wins for them. So they're currently 19th, just above us. They're currently 19th with 0 points, 10 goals conceded. We've conceded 9, but the difference is that they've scored a goal. They've actually scored a goal. So Norwich City, we have to try and win that game. We have not even tried. That's a must-win game, and not must-win like have it tough and then score in the last minute kind of game. No, we have to put in a convincing performance like we did the last time we faced Norwich at home. I think just after lockdown, the last game of that Premier League season, or second last game, we did beat 4-1, I think 4-1 or 4-0, and we need the same performance. I want nothing less than 2-3 goals in this game. We have to put in a performance. So the likes of Lacazette have to be on the top of their form. I'm not sure Aubameyang will play in that game. Not 100% sure. He's currently on international duty, so if he comes back in time, he will. But players like Lacazette, players like Pepe have to be on top of their form. So that's the first game we'll play after the international break. The second game is going to be Burnley, and another team that we didn't beat last season. This is a team we did not beat last season, just like City. The way we faced City, we never beat them in a lot of years. We've not beaten them in a lot of years. Burnley last season, they beat us at the Emirates Stadium through an own goal. And at their place, we should really have won. I still remember this incident where we should have gotten a penalty. That was a clear handball. We hit the post. Sabas hit the post twice, I think, in the last few minutes. Pepe hit the post. So it was a very unlucky game, a game we should really have won. But no excuses this time round. Burnley, another team that have really struggled. Let's take a look at their results. Let's take a look at Burnley's results so far this season. So last time out, they played Leeds United and they drew 1-1. Before that, they played a very tough team. Liverpool lost 2-0. And again, before that, they played Brighton at home. They took the lead but conceded 2 goals in the last 10 minutes and lost the game 2-1 to Brighton. So currently in the standings, Burnley are 16th with 1 point. So just 1 point above us. And for their next game, let's take a look at Burnley's next game. Let's take a look at Burnley's next game. They actually have Everton. So if they lose that game, and we get at least a point at Norwich or beat Norwich, we'll be above Burnley, and then we'll have a chance to open up a gap between us and Norwich and Burnley and those other teams. So that is Burnley, the second fixture we'll have to face. So those two teams, those two games, Arsenal versus Norwich, Burnley versus Arsenal, we have to win both of them. No excuses. We just have to win both of them and at least improve your goal difference. Currently, we are on -9. At least get at least 5 goals from those two games, and let's go to -4. Because if we get like a 1-0 and then a draw in these games and then still remain on -8, that wouldn't be good because our fixtures in November are not that easy. So Norwich and Burnley, I'm expecting 6 points. How many are you expecting from that? Obviously, we'll have a game there against Wimbledon in the Carabao Cup, a chance to improve our confidence as usual. And then after that, it's the big one. Arsenal against Tottenham in the North London derby. Again, last season we struggled against them. We lost at their place, and I think drew at our place. And then in the last preseason friendly we played against them, they beat us as well. So I think we haven't beaten them in the last 2 years or something. So they've had the better of us the last couple of years. Their new manager is actually collecting points. That they're not playing well, but they're picking up points and they're not conceding goals. So let's take a look at their results so far this season. Tottenham, 3 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, 3 1-0 victories. They've beaten they've beaten Watford 1-0, Wolves 1-0, a game that Wolves should have really gotten something from. And they also beat City 1-0, a team that beat us 5-0. So currently in the standings, they're top of the table. 3 goals, none conceded, goal difference of 3 and 9 points. So the only team with a 100% record. And before the time we'll face them, let's take a look at the games they'll have played. They'll have played against Crystal Palace and Chelsea, so they might not have an 100% record until then because of the Chelsea game and maybe Crystal Palace. But let's say they beat Crystal Palace and beat Chelsea, all of a sudden they're favorites to beat us. Yes, I think right now they're favorites, but if they beat those two teams, they're 100% favorites to beat us. So that will be our next fixture, Tottenham at home. And then the next one after that, we'll have to face Brighton, another team I really don't usually enjoy facing. You'd remember a couple of years back, they're actually the reason why Guendouzi doesn't play for Arsenal anymore. They're the reason Guendouzi doesn't play for Arsenal anymore. The game where they ended up fighting and everything with Mope and all those other players. And for Brighton so far this season, they've actually done quite okay. Let's take a look at their results so far this season. Let's see, matches, and then scores. So they lost to Everton 2-0 last time out, but before that, they beat Watford 2-0, kept a clean sheet, and they also beat Burnley 2-1. So 6 points on the table is not bad. Currently 8th on the table, and the next fixture is not that hard as well. So let's take a look at their fixtures, upcoming matches. They have Brentford next, another team that beat us. So after Brentford, they will face Leicester, Crystal Palace, and then Arsenal. So don't be surprised if they go undefeated until the time they face us, although they could lose to Leicester or even to a Brentford. But their confidence could be really high. Or if they lose 2 of these games, they'll be looking at that Arsenal game as a must win. So either way you look at it, very, very important and crucial part of our season. Norwich at home, Burnley away, then Tottenham at home, and then Brighton away. We have to pick up at least, so for me, I'd say we have to pick up at least 3 wins from that. And then maybe at least try and get a draw. We have to go undefeated in those 4 fixtures. Because if you look at it, if you don't win, like you win only 1 game from those, you're going to be in big trouble. And Ateta could lose his job. And our next fixtures after that, let me take a look at our next fixtures after the second international break. We will come back to Crystal Palace at home. Another team that we usually, last season, I don't think we even beat them at home. And then we'll have to play Aston Villa, Leicester, Watford, Liverpool. I mean, the fixtures will get harder and harder. Leicester, we never enjoy games against them. Liverpool, we never enjoy games against them. Aston Villa last season did the double of us. So we have to pick up some points from somewhere. So head over to the community tab and let me know from these 4 games on the poll how many points you think we'll pick up. And also in the comment section here, let me know which games you think we'd win and which ones you think we'll lose. So make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to subscribe if you're new, on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Really appreciate you guys getting me there. So very, very crucial moment of the season. So let's hope we get something from these games. Thank you for watching. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next.